was a wearing gold. I came up and made it happen. I was by the stove. Big inside this cases once. Do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Donnell Pumphrey. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Oh, you dropped that.
Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Oh, hell to no.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
No, check. Patriot!
Oh, hell to no.
Green 39! Green 39! Hot! Watch it now.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watching now, Barney, Barney. Leopard, Leopard. Leopard, Leopard.
On second down, here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. A very solid gain of 27.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the ball is knocked out. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
Oh, hell to the no.
Set, 319. 319.
Now Jackson on second down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
319. 319.
From the gun, Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
You almost had.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Second and goal from the 1.
Set, green 39. Green 39.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown.
Shit.
And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They run with Pumphrey, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak that the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing again. Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
This is third and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though.
Gun. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Ace.
Mahomes going to throw.
Oh, he threw it to
That
him.
one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my
Good
defense.
shit, boy.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
Oh, that's
that
my
one,
fault.
He looked like one of those guys.
23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
We saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. Brings up 3rd down.
I would like to know that. I definitely would like to know that. Fuck all that.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
What? Hey, bruh.
And he can't hang on.
He's standing right there, Humphrey.
Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who...
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6.
Okay.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Leopard! Leopard!
Definitely gonna put his seats to that shit.
Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Jackson looking to throw on second down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
Let's go, boy. Hey, stand back.
Still going. They can't stop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Hurry up, here we go! 319! 319!
Now a handoff looking right. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for first and 10.
Set! 319! 319!
Jackson on first down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
To throw is Jackson. To throw on second down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Blocking is that. Really?
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
The whole block. Man, the center was right there. He ain't do nothing.
Now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Terrible.
Now Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes eluding the pressure right.
Bruh.
That one drops incomplete. But if he was
why you still God man-to-man?
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Like, what the fuck?
The Chiefs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
Oh,
he's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. To throw, it's Mahomes. Austin's got it left side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rap yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. On 1st down, Mahomes. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. He's to the 10, and down to the 7-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really...
And this is caught by Watkins for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Green 39! Green 39! Watch it now, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
3-19! 3-19!
Fuck. Oh, right there. Let me get him.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Open there, right side is Cup, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This quarterback now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19! 3-19!
They go play action now. Jackson. And it's incomplete.
Good
It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way, because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
3-19!
And Jackson throwing once more. And this is called
Did he catch it?
Deflection. So they'll get nothing out of that play.
Now that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare right there. You're covering everyone, and the guy's not even the intended receiver ends up making the play.
Right place, right time, I guess.
When that ball's tipped up in the air like that, you've got to go up and get it. Offense and defense, and in this case, the offense ended up grabbing it.
To throw again is Jackson. Working left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Stay at home, stay at home. Stay at home, stay at home.
Again, Jackson being chased out left. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah.
79, what is you doing? You're the best offensive lineman. Why is you waiting for 89?
24-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Shit, man.
And that one blown up
quickly,
as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
This motherfucker got
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Yep.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On second down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
All of a sudden, now he
pretty
can't
good
complete
coverage
passes,
there,
man.
and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ah, you didn't make that tackle.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. This
Oh,
one
my.
complete to Giovanni Bernard. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Mahomes now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And spins away. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Caught out left side by Robinson. Now
Oh, time, Mosey. You've been waiting to make a motherfucker hit like that the whole game.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone, 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 gone.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now they try the right side here. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Here's Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
No. Check. Patriot. Now,
they come out here in the eye.
Blue 90.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch him now, Barney.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him.
And he'll get in. Touchdown. touchdown, Baltimore. It's the fullback with 2 touchdowns on the season in this game. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
Okay, Mosley.
It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, now let's go. 3-19.
Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. Dancing to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
4 down. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. Hot.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Jackson operating from the gun. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Where's you going, bruh?
A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain. But back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So While it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now, last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
Oh, I'm happy he got took it out on a run play, but he was still standing up. That's why I was like, how is he hurt?
See what happens. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10.
I was looking right at him.
Line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Mahomes now on first down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Oh, big boy, you ain't know who to block.
Able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a play fake here on first
Wrong
down.
man.
And he can't find anywhere
Wrong
to go
man.
with it. And he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. That'll be caught by Cup. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
319. 319. Detroit. Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Actually playing man-to-man on their own. The nigga ain't even telling them to.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where... And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48.
Offensive lineman fast as shit.
As he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock with the 2-minute warning. And he stopped immediately there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Play action. It's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And Andrews lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Going up top. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing.
I was about
I think
to
that right
fucking
there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Flush to his right.
Oh, they wouldn't let me move.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Now it's Mahomes again. Now a desperation throw.
What the fuck is you doing?
Now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. Mahomes to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Ravens on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. First by him near the 35. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a
All
little
that
bit.
rain and y'all still look clean.
Now a handoff looking right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical? skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. They'll